This is why I'm against buying girls drinks at the bar. Fellas, let's talk. You see, a lot of dudes think buying a girl a drink is a noble act. In a man's head, he offered to buy something for a complete stranger. He thinks that women would show him gratitude, thanks, and stick around and have a conversation. But fellas, one thing you gotta understand about women, they don't see you buying them a drink as a noble act. They come to the club expecting it. Why else would they put on uncomfortable shoes, hours worth of makeup, fake hair and fake lashes? They came there to get free drinks. So when you buy her one, she's not seeing it as some type of noble act because she was expecting you to buy her one. Pro tip, never talk to a girl while she's in line to get a drink. Because when you get to the front, she may look at you like, oh yeah, like what are we drinking? Bitch. If anything, wait till she buys her a drink, walks away, then talk to her. Let's go, Kings.
Woman needs understand as well.
Sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
But why should they? And why would they even want to? After all, women have been telling men over and over again to leave them alone. Women are independent. They don't need men. And now some are complaining when men are actually listening to them.
They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men, because there are good men out there.
That's a very good point. There are good men out there.
As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just a hot mess out here. But
this really shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, isn't this what some women wanted? What modern feminism was pushing for? For women to be treated as equals to men, right? No special treatment needed. Don't need to hold open a door. Why help out? Women can do everything themselves just as good as men can. But now it seems some are complaining that they got exactly what they asked for.
Hey, sweetheart, would you be willing to buy me a drink? A woman asked me one day as we were drinking at a bar. Promptly responding, no thanks, I'm good. Her response? Complete dismay. She proceeded to ask, why not? As if she were entitled to an interpretation. Observe this, sirs. To attract a woman's attention, you need not spend a fortune. You ought to be more than sufficient charm. No amount of money can ever satisfy her if she isn't impressed by it. To the point where I would call it financial harassment, asking a guy to buy her drinks is something I would never consider. The legendary Outback Steakhouse bar was the site of yet another anecdote. Envision this. Our narrator and other lone eaters are seated in booths, while two ladies in their late 30s, who look like they stole from a teen's closet, wait for free drinks and attention. After enduring their constant shenanigans, the bartender finally snapped and urged them to get something to eat or run, which made everyone laugh, including herself. There was a time when bars were unique. To break the ice and show some friendliness, a guy could offer to buy her a drink. However, nowadays, ladies seem to believe that taking a drink indicates vanishing, which makes the guy feel like a stupid chump. Freeloaders and gold diggers have always existed, but this takes it to a new level. These days, women treat men like walking ATMs and behave entitled to free beverages. And when confronted, they simply say, well, that's just how it is. Who made that decision? Why are men supposed to shell out money for expensive beverages that will be thrown away after only a few uses? Just like that, it's a swindle. What gives men the right to demand women to shell out $400 for drinks when they themselves refuse to engage with them? Particularly when females advocate for equality, it is absurd. Bars have gone from being a man's hangout to a free-ride haven for women. So, guys have taken to the gym, where they've noticed a disturbing trend. Women are also making an appearance. It would appear that they find it intolerable when males have fun without their consent. Seeking financial guidance at a homeless shelter is like trying to find a wife at a bar. You're likely to encounter nothing but greedy, opportunistic individuals. Rather of focusing on the past, modern women tend to value quick gratification. Unless you can keep up a pattern of ever-increasing giving, they will leave you in the dust once you've showered them with presents. Disenfranchising this privilege will not be a picnic. They shouldn't treat others disrespectfully just because they enjoy being the center of attention. Having a biased perspective on relationships could be caused by constantly seeking validation from the wrong places. In your pursuit of a lifelong partner, you may discover that your ideal partner and the kind of relationship you envision for yourself are at odds with one another. You will have earned the karma that comes from abusing your power, so it's no wonder that others will root for your demise. Like the gym scene, the age of social media has normalized activities like baiting guys and thirst trapping. Women on different sites openly boast about seducing men into buying them drinks before going on to the next mark. It is only now that the consequences of this action are starting to show. Guys, let's be honest. Most of the time, the ladies you meet at pubs aren't worth pursuing. Their guidance can be detrimental to your well-being. It says nothing good about your dignity to keep going back to these places. You're just playing into their hands. In their prime, many women seek approval and attention from guys of various ages and sizes in nightclubs and pubs. Sales and club reputations are boosted when young ladies, in particular, bring crowds. Not that going to clubs was ever boring. Back when we were younger, everyone loved to dance, women wore more refined clothing, and social media wasn't as ubiquitous. There was still a good time despite missing a run. What about today? It's an entirely new narrative. The music and guest list are completely out of your hands. The prices are ridiculous, and the ladies usually wear something more appropriate for a nightclub than a day at the park. Plus, there are a lot of other guys there, so what should be an enjoyable activity becomes a source of tension. Just about somewhere else, you'd have a better chance of meeting a respectable woman. One particular type thrives in nightclubs, and if you happen to be a narcissist, they will target you. A night out now costs more than most people make in a year. Even if it was never excellent, the ROI is now pitiful. Anyone with a modicum of intelligence can see that it's pointless. Clubs and bars aren't as popular as they once were. These days, it's just a place where vapid, low-value men may go to seek approval from mediocre girls. Club owners, meanwhile, reap the rewards while entire generations fritter away their money on pointless activities and the wrong partners. The truth is that going out clubbing for a night on the town can quickly empty your bank account. What have you accomplished as a result? Just a hangover and a vacant bed, probably. Put that cash aside or use it for something meaningful. You can't have fun at the clubs anymore because the girls are only interested in taking advantage of you before they head home with their old Tyrones and Chads. Most women don't give themselves enough credit for how much work it takes to meet a good guy. They casually include going shopping or to the bar in their weekend plans because they believe that will be enough. Many of them are still single because they don't understand the work that goes into finding and committing to a partner. This carefree attitude about dating is a major contributor. The norms have changed in the world of independent Western men. They've finally gotten it. Ladies may be enticed without spending a fortune. They have become savvy to the tactics some women employ to get free drinks. But in the end, they are just interested in themselves. A lot of guys are choosing not to play this game. A man should not waste $400 on drinks for a woman who refuses to even acknowledge his existence. It's puzzling, particularly in a society where women fight for equality everywhere. The guys who are frightened of relationships and the good women who are unjustly marginalized are both victims of the narcissistic web and its terrible aftermath. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW Voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.